Hi everyone, it's your man Calculus the engineer. Today we are going to discuss everything concerning formwork at construction sites. Their benefits, their limitations, the different types, and what to check for during an inspection of formwork at a site. So our case study is a site in Nyanza province where we are checking the formwork and reinforcement of a slab of the floor of the particular floor of the building. And we had some content for you guys. So we use the trappers, metallic trappers, to support the slab areas of the building and timber formwork to support the beams and columns of the building. So what are metallic trappers? Metallic trappers are simply a substitute of timber formwork that we typically use in most of our construction sites. The value proposition of using construction trappers over timber formwork are the following. They can be reused. This is because they're made of metal, they do not deteriorate, so it helps in saving cost because you can use them very many times in different projects. Another benefit of using metallic trappers is that they give a clean face to concrete members when formwork is struck off. So long as these metallic trappers are lubricated with used oil, when they are struck off, striking off is the process of removing formwork once the concrete has attained the minimum curing duration, which is 21 days. So once it is struck off, you'll find that the face of concrete members where we use metallic trappers are quite clean, meaning there's no honeycombing and any kind of uneven surface. Another benefit of using metallic trappers is that once properly bolted, their strength is much more reliable compared to timber formwork, whose strength is dependent on the proper nailing connection, the structural condition of the timber, which means that timber formwork can be reused to a maximum of 3 to 4 times. Some, because they are rained on site, they're in contact with water during the curing phase of the concrete, they deteriorate over time. So sometimes people reuse timber formwork more than they should, and they're not normally in the optimum condition. So they're not very dependent in terms of the strength is compromised, and this is the benefit you get when using metallic trappers over timber formwork. Usually trappers are bolted to join the different pieces together and vertically supported using steel jack props or gum poles. Just like timber formwork, they have to be lubricated using used oil to promote easy striking off once the minimum duration for curing is achieved, as we mentioned earlier. On this particular site, steel trappers were used for the slabs, while timber formwork was used for the beams and columns. This should be cut according to the formwork cutting schedule. That is an output of the formwork design. Guys, you'll note that I've mentioned formwork cutting schedule. In an properly organized site, there's a formwork cutting schedule. This means that the contractor takes the design drawings, sits down, measures the different lengths, how much you need to cut for the beam and column and slabs at the different sections of the building. And once the contractor computes the lengths, sits down and comes up with a cutting schedule for the formwork, and that's what we are referring to as a formwork cutting schedule, which is an output of the process of timber formwork design. So that is what you'll expect an organized contractor to do. Stay tuned for the next episode.